Hey everyone, glad to see you're back for some more Age of Empires content here. This is placement match number 2 for the second rank season. We're up against There Is No Try, playing as the English. We're playing as the Abbasid here on Altai. Altai, not a bad map for Abbasid because of this nearby deer camp, so you can just plop your second town center there. So if the opponent decides to go for a longer macro, more defensive game, like a slower paced one, it can be really nice because you can get your second town center here and then just accelerate into the castle age. But up against the English, there's no guarantee of that. English can be a very aggressive civilization. People aren't really sure about the English here on this new season. Not really sure why. It's not like they got nerfed. It's not like they got buffed. They just kind of stayed the same. Maybe I'll try out some more English. I used to play a lot of them on hybrid maps and whatnot. But yeah, we're mostly just going to be scouting him to make sure of his build. And this is a few clues right here, actually. That's a pretty early lumber camp, which means he's probably gathering wood to make farms, which is kind of a slower paced English. It means not as much aggression from them. And I'm already picking up on that, and I'm saying to myself, okay, slower English build. Let's keep an eye on it and start playing greedy. So now I'm kind of locked into this idea of my opponent might be playing slower, more macro game, but we need to stay on it. Let's keep our scouts on him to confirm. But once we get a few villagers on wood, we are going to start gathering stone. Find some nice sheep up here on this random hilltop. And now we're closing in with our scouts. This is when we can really confirm whether we can be greedy and start expanding. And what are we spotting here? Let's briefly talk about what we're seeing here. First off, no one on gold. Kind of a problem. That could be a sign of aggression. But over here, four villagers on stone and a half-finished council hall. Now 5 villagers on stone. He's getting a second town center. Then he's going to go castle age with the king's palace to put him on 3 town centers. This English player wants to play a long game, and I am all for it. Okay, let's keep the game speed a little high here because I doubt anyone's going to do anything for a little bit. We've both recognized that we're going for stone. I assume he's scouted this, but yeah, we are just waiting. This is clearly going to be a longer match. And we annoy him here with the whole scout blocking the wall. And it ends up being pretty effective because he ends up using a villager to shoot at my scout. That's a villager not doing something, so that's pretty good. There's the second town center. There's his first longbowman. That'll scare my scout away. My sheep do a weird dance, but eventually they come along. Over on my side, we've gotten our second town center down as well. So ours actually finishes before his, and I like to think ours is in a better spot. Yeah, he has access to this stone, but he already had access to stone here. And he's got this wood line, which, you can find wood lines most anywhere. We actually snipe his scout when it came by. You'll notice we've also started putting down military structures because we want to stay ready for aggression, and we are seeing units being produced by him. If we see more villagers come over to this gold vein, then we'll ease off of making military units and instead start switching all of our villagers over to food and gold. So we're waiting to see if he ups his villager count from 4 to maybe like 7. Oh, there. He's rallied a villager over, and now I'm also seeing another mill coming down. Think about it. He wants more gold, and he wants more food. So we're probably going to pivot. You're probably going to see me, yep, I'm pulling villagers. They're going to go gather berries. Others are going to go mine gold. We're basically preparing ourselves for the Castle Age. On top of that, something I was really happy about in this game was I grabbed some villagers and I said, okay, he's putting down walls. He's clearly going for Castle Age. What can I do in this weird time period in between? And I have 500 wood, which I'm not really doing anything with. I decide, let's go get footholds out on the map. So we're going to put down walls. We're going to put down outposts. We're going to start to take areas of the map, which is a smart thing to do because my opponent is just going to turtle in their base. They're not going to come out. Not for anything. They've walled everything off. Probably a wall down here as well. So we're just going to get out on the map, get these walls down. Nice. Yep, outpost on a relic. Love that. Hopefully I can get some more structures built before my opponent reaches the Castle Age. And it looks like, I think my opponent spent all that food and gold, so I'm suspecting that the King's Palace has gone down somewhere back here. Trying to kind of scout around. Find the wall over here. We're just going to tickle it with a scout to be annoying. We make it to the Castle Age. And we have enough stone to actually make another town center. We just need a little bit of the wood. He's sniping all my scouts. Very annoying. You'll notice I actually made more scouts. Just in anticipation of being kind of blind on what he's doing once he makes it to the Castle Age. I'm going to put down some stone walls. And we're even putting down an early marketplace because we are anticipating a longer match. Good. There's the outpost. Yes, see, just these walls are great. I like that I'm getting out on the map. Taking over whatever berry sources we can find. And we're kind of checking for relics because we are in the Castle Age. We could put down a mosque, but really I'm focused on how much food I have. I really want to spend that food, and I'm trying to find ways of doing it. Fortunately, stables are a good way of spending food. These are some very high food cost units. I can also make camel archers if need be. We've gotten the preservation of knowledge, so research is cheaper for me. And now we're seeing kind of the first of his units coming out. 2 knights, no surprise there. I'm just going to have my horsemen chase them around the map. Yeah, there we go. Okay to make horsemen when you're not really sure what the English are making. They'll almost always mix in a few longbowmen with their armies. And now here's what I'm talking about. We've got walling over here. We've got outposts here and here. Really liking the map presence that we're starting to build up here. Now these resources that are out in the center of the map are a bit more contested. My opponent's going to have to fight me on these. Look at that. We're even making traders this early. It's like 4 traders. They're going to be going all the way from this market down to this neutral market. Once we get up to the Imperial Age, it'll be really good to get those trade wing upgrades. Oh, we got some units just sitting around here. We'd love to get them up to the front line. This is the front line. We need to keep this strong. Now I'm sending a bit of cavalry out. We want to just kind of pick away at his walls over here. Mostly to get him to bring his army forward so we can find out what he's doing. And there's a relic grab, bringing it back to the mosque. Looks like, yeah, it was the one under this tower. Knights coming out. There. So we're harassing. Oh, that's just a wolf. Turns out he's got some knights here. We're going to fight him off. He sent only 2 longbowmen this way. Smart move. No need to send his whole army. He only sent a few longbowmen this way, so I'm still not quite clear on his army composition. That said, oh my god, get rid of that. Thank you. We did see his monk capturing this sacred site, so we're going to charge him down. No free sacred site for you. And we're still forcing him. We want to force the issue. We want to see his army. There's the army. Tons of longbowmen. Mixture of spearmen and knights. What do we make against this? Spearmen are a good option versus the knights. Camel archers are also good because camel archers can take out his spearmen, and they do good against these knights since they have that camel unease bonus. Yeah, let's see how we do here. I don't really have archers in the mix here. And now look at this play. I noticed that we're swamping his units here, but they're not really doing much damage to each other, so I'm going to send my horsemen forward because I want to capture his longbowmen before they make it home. They have to go through this little gap here. So I bring my horsemen forward who are faster and cut him off, and now we're going to just surround and kill all of his longbowmen. So we're just cannibalizing these longbowmen. Look at how fast we kill them. They're all these horsemen are doing bonus damage to them. The problem here is that I don't really take the win and retreat. Instead, I just leave my horsemen to die to his tanky knights, longbowmen, and spearmen more than anything. His spearmen are just going to cut down all these units. So we kind of trade out here. It was really satisfying getting all his longbowmen. Keeping down the longbowman mass is important. We built a ram over on this little corner here, and we're sending our ranged units out on the map, hoping to kill villagers, but it looks like he wisely sent some man-at-arms out. We don't really do much damage to these man-at-arms. He's actually gotten the armor upgrade for his man-at-arms, so they have additional ranged armor. These are very tanky units. And we're still seeing his army composition. So at least we're no longer in the dark. It's a pretty good blended composition of units. I don't see any siege units in there. So we're going to try and get down a keep. Good. Seeing spearmen in the mix. Seeing crossbowmen in the mix. Love seeing that. And we're just going to keep him on his toes with some harassment here. We'll send our knights around. Now he's coming forward, but he just ran into the keep. He wants to fight under the keep. We can do that. He makes it to the Imperial Age. Looks like he spent his resources, and now he's moving on. Sadly, my knights get trapped at this corner, so we have to retreat. Should probably retreat these units as well, but we might just duke it out. There you go. In terms of upgrades, my opponent is doing pretty well on the armor upgrades. Looks like ranged armor upgrades, and looks like melee. No. Just ranged armor. Me, looks like I've gotten, lots of ranged armor, but we're starting to move on to other upgrades. We've got a lot queued up, so we're going to be looking strong in the next 5 minutes. And I'm trying to anticipate what's coming. I have a keep. Let's get Springalds because he's in the Imperial Age. He could have easily gotten the Windguard Palace, which gives him free, well, not free, but really discounted trebuchets. So we're going to get Springalds and anticipate what's coming. I hear more relics being picked up. I think we're doing really well on the religious game. Only one relic in the bag right now, but we did capture this central sacred site. And it looks like we've picked up another relic, and we're securing this sacred site as well. And we're using more villagers to make another keep down here. Like seeing that. Up to 2 Springalds. We can make another. I think 2 is pretty good, but we could use a 3rd. And we need more military production. Looks like, we got a bunch of barracks down over here, and we're going to be moving on to make a bunch of archery ranges over here. We've even wedged a keep here in this little valley. I like that. Maybe it would have been better actually on the sacred site, but it's still a nice positioning for a keep. Hearing more relics being picked up, that's a good sign. A little thin on units. These horsemen aren't going to do much. Yeah, we should retreat. That is way too many longbowmen. We do have the veteran horsemen, though. These have 5 ranged armor. Pretty good against those ranged units. Our economy is really booming, but you can see my opponent ahead in food, ahead in wood. I'm way ahead in gold. It looks like he doesn't have anyone mining gold at the moment. He's probably transitioning to a new source. And then stone, we're both kind of having it trickle in. But I'm up to 124 villagers. That's pretty much all the villagers I need. I think I just saw a trebuchet shot. I can hear it. There it is. I immediately set the springalds into action, and we might just use these cavalry to tempt his units, but oh, they're all shooting at my springald. And we get the trebuchet, and we'll back off. If he wants to fight under the keep, so be it. Although this is a lot of units. I think we would have lost right here if he had come forward, because we just spent everything going to the Imperial Age. It was a really awkward moment for us. Fortunately, this keep is giving us the foothold that we need. And with this stealth forest right in front of the keep, he doesn't really know what units I have. I will say that we've captured all the sacred sites, so my opponent is on a timer. If I can hold these sacred sites for the next few minutes, then I'll win by default. 2 relics in the monastery, or in the mosque. Hopefully we can drop some more off, get that gold income. And a recent change for keeps in this new update is when you repair keeps, it doesn't cost wood anymore, it costs stone instead. And stone's hard to come by. So you can see I'm actually going to repair it with my villagers. And look at the stone get consumed. I'm doing this because I think I can probably snipe this trebuchet. There we go. Should probably back these springalds off. I don't want to lose them. Nice flanking maneuver here with the knights and the archers. These are definitely units I want my archers and knights engaging on. But look at all of his man-at-arms. There's just so many of them. I need crossbowmen to get involved. Although when this keep is shooting at these man-at-arms, that's good. Yeah, these are expensive units. Looks like his gold is back up. Oh, my knights found his villagers on his gold over here, and now we're just killing them all. Nice work there. Now I'm using my villagers to put down more outposts, but it looks like we're seeing a keep go up from my opponent. Should maybe send my units forward, see if we can engage. There's probably some juicy villagers there. But looks like, yeah, he's trying to get a little closer, but we've got our siege workshops up and we're producing culverins. If he wants to have a trebuchet battle over our keeps, we can duke it out. We'll use the culverins to take him out. Now, the keep here is a good idea because I do have villagers chopping this wood, and yeah, I'm about to lose a lot of them. So this is a scary moment here. Look at his army. The elite man-at-arms are a real problem. These unupgraded horsemen, not much of an issue. These elite longbowmen, fully upgraded man-at-arms with decent blacksmith upgrades, this is going to be the real challenge. He's wisely sending his horsemen just to attack my villagers, but the keep will hopefully keep them alive. Just look at this battle. I'm glad the crossbowmen are back here getting shots in. And yes, the culverin is getting shots on his trebuchet, so the keep can stay alive. We don't have to spend that precious stone repairing it. Boom! But you can see the man-at-arms are starting to move on to my ranged units here. And that's painful. Should probably back these units up. Looks like I'm even using my culverin to try and fight his man-at-arms here. Looks like I'm bringing villagers over. I should really just retreat them into the keep. It'll make the keep fire more arrows, I believe. There we go. And now I'm actually losing my culverin to his infantry. We do get a mangonel, though. This can help with his longbowmen, and it's decent against man-at-arms. At least it'll attack them when they're all clustered together like this. So you can see the arrow fire just doesn't do much of anything, although the boiling oil from the keep, very strong. Plus, we've got these hand cannoneers in the mix. They do high amounts of damage, so they can punch through that man-at-arms armor. There we go. Finally, his man-at-arms mass is dead. So what can he do? He's gonna maybe try and fight me with his longbowmen, but the fact that we were able to kill all of those man-at-arms was incredibly satisfying. It's a big win. And the keep is going down. I need to decide if I want to save it. I'm coming forward with a mangonel. I'm not sure. Should I target the trebuchet down? Doing good work, but these longbowmen, they're just too strong. Really need this mangonel to engage. Yeah, we're gonna lose this keep. But we are getting way more mangonels. Oh, engage, mangonel, engage. There we go. Now we're getting shots on the longbowman. Would love these mangonels to fire on his longbowman. Oh, another great hit. Yeah, he's retreating. Still need a, still could use a culverin here. It's always good to have culverins in the mix. The mangonels need to fire on the longbowman in the back. So we're not actually getting good hits here yet. Retreat these mangonels. Okay, good shots from the mangonels. At least they got that shot in right before they retreated. He's still sending in more infantry. And I'm really glad the hand cannoneers are here. They are winning me the game because they're punching through that hard armor. He sent his trebuchets pretty far forward. Seems dangerous. I have knights. These knights are the right units at the right time. So they can just completely murder these trebuchets. Yep. Meanwhile, upgrades. Let's take a look. Looks like we've got some tier 3s queued up, and we've gotten a bunch of our trade wing upgrades. So now these traders are bringing back 234 gold and some wood as well. Just look at my gold income. It's just miles ahead of his. My food income's doing really well. But he's overwhelming me with units, and his villagers have dropped to keep a little far forward here. Not much we can do about it. I'm trying to decide, should I fight this? I try to take some mangonel shots, and then I realized the keep's done. We need to get back. Oh, good mangonel shot on those villagers. Fortunately, we have a bombard finished, so we'll use the bombard to start to work on the keep. Oof, don't want to lose the mangonel to this keep, but looks like we are. Losing our army, and now we're just down to siege units. That's a problem. We need to retreat these units back. Fortunately, all these outposts have spring-ald emplacements, so they're just sniping down his units, but I don't want to lose this bombard, so I'm sending villagers to repair it. The repair rate on siege units has been lowered greatly, but you can see if you have enough villagers, you can get it to stay alive still. I mean, all he's got are spearmen, and they're not doing their torch attack. So there we go. We keep it alive. And now we'll just send it right back onto the keep. And it's great that he's repairing the keep. You can see he ran out. There's no more stone. If this was still being repaired by wood, he would have kept it alive for another minute or two. Mangonel getting shots on the longbowmen. Love seeing that. More mangonel shots. Yep. And here come the knights. I think that's about it for my opponent. One thing I did notice when I reviewed the replay here is that my opponent never actually got the enclosures upgrade for his farms. That would have given him so much more gold. But with him being sort of limited to this area of the map, he didn't have access to enough resources. Me, I've nearly taken over every resource deposit. I think I have knights patrolling over here, and my market on the back end providing me with tons of gold, food, really whatever I want, thanks to these traders. I like that it was a longer match. I enjoyed kind of multi-town center, high villager count, big armies clashing in the center. I like those kinds of games. Hope we'll get more like that with the placement matches. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Catch you for the next one.